very warm welcome to the Bishan Stadium here in Singapore for the AIA Singapore Premier League clash between Balestier Khalsa and Tanjong Pagar United. Both teams desperately in need of a win. Tanjong Pagar in their first season back with the big boys are winless all season. Balestier on the other hand have fumbled their way through this month, winless in November. The last time these two teams played each other was when the league resumed in mid-October. But since then, it's gone downhill for Balestier. And as you can see on the table, they are 6th on 12 points without a win in the last 4 games. Tanjong Pagar plump last, winless all season. A win today, though, could see them climb off bottom spot. Of course, as I said earlier, the last time these two teams played each other was when the league resumed in mid-October. Balestier Khalsa edged that one 1-0. Since then, though, they have only won 1 game and gone on a run of 3 defeats in 4. They do, though, have Christian Krychak, who will be the man to watch. He, of course, leads the charts for Balestier with the most shots and most shots on target, as well as goals. 2 goals since the league resumed in mid-October. Here he is warming up alongside his teammates, and he will be crucial if Balestier are to get a win at the Bishan Stadium today. He, of course, scored one of the contenders for the goal of the season. More on that later. But now to Tanjong Pagar United's man to watch. It's hard to look beyond Lewis Jr. Man in form. He's got the most shots and most shots on target. 16 shots, 11 on target. 4 of them have been goals. And he's got 3 goals in the last 2 games, including a brace against Tampines Rovers last time out. And when I spoke to the manager, team manager Noalam Shah, he did say he's an inspiration for the rest of the team. As we continue our build-up to kick-off here at the Bishan Stadium, let's check in with the coaches ahead of today's game. Tanjong Pagar team manager Noalam Shah. But first, let's check in with head coach of Balestier, Marko Krajevic.
The team, are they looking forward to tonight's game?
Yeah, our meaning is we lost the game, and then we need to bounce back. You know, everybody knows we need to bounce back, and then everybody is ready. We fell the last game, and we didn't play well, and then we need to bounce back and pick up the points.
What has the team been working on in training to prepare for today?
Working on to scoring goals. You know, we need to score the goals. You know, and as simple as that. You know, and that keep clean sheet and score the goals. And this is formula to success.
Fadli is unavailable tonight after being sent on the last game. How does that affect your defense?
Yeah, our meaning is he's first 11 and he's out for next 2 games, and we replace with Danish and one left, another one coming, and this is what is football about.
Okay, coach, how has the morale in the team been since the draw against Tampines?
Oh, the morale in the team has been fantastic despite tired legs due to the fault that we put up against Tampines. But overall, the atmosphere in the team is good.
Balestier are currently winless in 4 games. Is this the best time to be facing them?
I hope they continue to be winless after tonight, so that we can celebrate our first win. This is the best time, especially to face them. Especially Fadli is out, and then I think the players also quite burn out after the 10-man playing against the other team that day. Yeah.
As you heard there from manager Noalam Shah, they are eyeing a scalp against Balestier Khalsa. They did do well last time out, managing a 2-2 draw against Tampines Rovers. Before that, they were on a run of 3 consecutive losses that included a 6-1 drubbing at the hand of the Lion City Sailors. Nonetheless, when I spoke to Noalam Shah in the post-match game interview after Tampines, he did say they have a plan to try and eke out their first win of the season in the remaining 4 fixtures. It truly is the business end of the season. 4 games between now and December 5th, and certainly fatigue will play a part. As you can see, COVID protocol measures well and truly in place. As for Balestier, they are also looking desperately for a win to end off what has been a sorry November showing. Since November, they've only picked up 1 point, and it was also a 2-2 draw against Tampines Rovers. Apart from that, they also suffered a hammer blow losing 7-1 to Lion City, and then subsequent losses to Albrechts Niigata and to the Young Lions. Unlike Sunday, the weather has played ball today. No lightning warning systems in sight. And we are just minutes away from kickoff. As you can see, the coaches, Marko Krajovic there, walking to his spot in the dugout. He hasn't had it easy in November, but he has celebrated the contract extension of Shuhei Hoshino, who signed on for one more year, confirming his place as part of the Balestier Khalsa team for 2021. And if he can celebrate it with a goal and Balestier can celebrate with 3 points, I'm sure they will be very, very happy. As alluded to in the pre-match interviews, Fatli Kamis does miss out for Balestier today. He's replaced by Danish Uwais on the team sheet. That is the only absentee in recent times for Balestier. For Tanjong Pagar, on the other hand, they are without Jan Mota, who came off before halftime against Tampines, and he finds himself starting on the bench today. In his place comes in Shabil Hashim, who replaced him in the Tampines game as well. Just looking at the remaining fixtures, Balestier Khalsa, of course, play Tanjong Pagar United tonight before Geylang International over the weekend. And then they play Hougang United and end the season off against Lion City Sailors. I've just been told that it does look like it's drizzling here at the Bishan Stadium. Thankfully, from my viewpoint, I see the lightning warning system still switched off, so kickoff should go ahead as planned. And I'm sure a light drizzle will give us a very nice pitch for some fantastic football. Tanjong Pagar, on the other hand, have 4 more games, and they start tonight against Balestier Khalsa before Hougang United, Albrechts Niigata, and they end the season off against Young Lions. And judging by how both Young Lions and them are rock bottom in the table, that could turn out to be an important clash to not finish last in the table. Just looking at the recent form of Tanjong Pagar United, they got 2 encouraging draws against Tampines Rovers and Hougang United. But between those, they also suffered 3 losses, twice at the hand of Geylang International and once against the Lion City Sailors. There's also other games to look forward to on the network today, all kicking off at 7:45. Albrechts Niigata play Young Lions at the Jurong East Stadium. Hougang United play Tampines Rovers at the Hougang Stadium. And Geylang International playing Lion City Sailors at our Tampines Hub. I will keep you abreast of all the scores, all the goals as they happen. And here come our match officials for the day. Referee Ahmad Akasha, assistant referee Andy Tan and Lim Si Seng, and 4th official Mohammad Taufik Tana. I've just been told that the weather has not played ball in Jurong East. Albrechts Niigata's game against Young Lions has been postponed temporarily till the lightning warning system sign goes off, as happened on Sunday. I will keep you aware of when kickoff is. Here come the teams. Balestier Khalsa led by captain Zaiful Nizam. As you can see in the shot there, Aravin, who scored his first senior Singapore Premier League goal last time out, unfortunately in a 2-1 loss. And as with COVID protocols, 1 team at a time. There you see Shabil Hashim in shot. He's the one replacing Jan Mota. And here he comes, Douglas Jr., an important player. Farid Samit, the captain, leading out Tanjong Pagar United. He's a real presence at right back, Farid Samit. More often than not, relaying the coach's instructions to the rest of the team. And it continues to drizzle, as I alluded to earlier. But no delay in kickoff here at the Bishan Stadium, as both teams exchange pleasantries ahead of what should be a tasty encounter. We will have the team news for you very shortly. Starting, of course, with the home team, Balestier Khalsa. Here we are then, the team news for Balestier Khalsa, as confirmed by Marko Krajovic. Danish comes in to replace the suspended Fadli Kamis. Zaiful Nizam in goal. And up front they have Christian Krajcek, the man to watch, and he will be supplying the ammunition for Shuhei Hoshino. As for Tanjong Pagar, only one enforced change from the weekend's team. That's Shabil Hashim, who comes in for Jan Mota. Surya Prakash, who came off the bench at halftime against Tampines, starts today's game, and he will be looking to get his first goal of the season, and he did look threatening last time out against Tampines. Kickoff now just minutes away. A quick team huddle for Balestier Khalsa, who desperately need a win to reignite their season. The resumption started so well with 2 wins. Since then, they've only picked up 1 point. As you can see, Zaiful Nizam leading the team talk. Final check of the ball here for Kenji Rushdie. Funnily enough, he did that in the last game as well. Must be a superstition to touch base with the football ahead of kickoff. Unfortunately, the stats are not in favor of Balestier, who are yet to win at home this season. And they have conceded the first goal in their last 5 games. They will look to reverse that and start off on the front foot today. Hasrin Jailani looking to plot a way for Tanjong Pagar to pick up their first 3 points of the season. Fun fact, the last time Tanjong Pagar won a game was in 2014. It's their first season back with the big boys, and I'm sure they would want to get that off their back. Kickoff now just minutes away. And it looks like Balestier Khalsa will kickstart proceedings here at the Bishan Stadium. Do remember, this is one of 4 games that is happening tonight all across StarHub, Singtel, the AIA Singapore Premier League Facebook page, and One Play Sports Network. Kickoff here at the Bishan Stadium. And early on, it's been called that they're going to retake kickoff. By the look of things, it looks like Balestier had infringed the halfway line ahead of kickoff. Taufik Tana, who was the man in the middle in the game between Tanjong Pagar and Tampines, has ordered kickoff to be retaken. So here we go, take 2. And we are off at the Bishan Stadium. Arvin, early touch of the ball here. They're just controlling play here, Balestier, but they lose it just as I say it. And Tanjong Pagar look to start off better. Early foul here given away by Harish Kumar on Surya Prakash. Surya Prakash came off the bench at halftime against Tampines and looked a real live wire. And since the league has resumed, he has looked to break the duck and get his first goal this season. Unfortunately, he has yet to do that, and he'll be certainly looking to do that today. Takahiro Tanaka with the free kick. Into the box this one goes. Farid Samit, speculative header. And that will go out for a goal kick. Zaiful Nizam, the captain of Balestier, will get us underway again with this goal kick. Farid Samit wins the header. Farid has given it away to Plueli. Early touch here for Shabil Hashim, who's lost it under pressure. Early shot. And that goes out for a goal kick. That was Zulfami Suzilman with a speculative effort. Let's have another look here. Took one look and the shot was wayward. As Kenji Rusdi this time gets started from the back. Goes out to Takahiro Tanaka, who's immediately under pressure from Zulfami. Delwinder Singh will clear things up. Takahiro all the way back to the goalkeeper. As I had alluded to earlier, Balestier are yet to win at home all season. And they have conceded the first goal in their last 5 games. It's no better for Tanjong Pagar, who have no points from their 4 away games so far. And similarly, they have conceded first in all those games. Here come Balestier with the throw. Christian Krajcek has won the foul. Early on, this will be a set-piece opportunity. Unnecessary challenge. Christian Krajcek found himself on the floor, and now they will restart from this free kick. A quickly taken free kick here. Christian Krajcek has space down the flank, puts it in. Easy catch for Kenji Rusdi. One thing about being in the stadium without the clamour of fans is you really get to hear the instructions being bellowed by the players on the pitch. It's a very vocal game and you can hear the bigger characters loud and clear. Out for a corner. Again, it's that man, Luis Junior, who's proving to be the threat for Tanjong Pagar. First corner of the game, and it looks like Takahiro Tanaka will be taking this one. Another thing is, without the ball, boys, you take the ball yourself. And he's taken it, and he's put it on the spot for the corner kick. Takahiro Tanaka, the designated set-piece taker for Tanjong Pagar, puts this one in. Cleared away. Unfortunately, the danger is not over yet. Take 2, and he's offside. They are contesting that decision, but I can tell you from my spot, I could clearly tell that was offside. Quick free kick does not go to plan. There you can see Noor Alam Shah on the touchline. Shabil Hashim all the way back to Kenji. Farid Samit keeps it in play, unfortunately straight to a Balestier player, and it's all the way back to Zaiful Nizam, who will pump this long. Hazwan Halim here. Hazwan Halim draws the foul. Have another look here. Hazwan Halim with the ball at feet. Yep, definitely sent to the turf, and they will restart with this free kick. Hazwan Halim has had 17 shots this season, 8 on target, as he puts this one into the box. The man who got the header was Shuhei Hoshino. He, of course, signed a contract extension earlier today to stay with Balestier Khalsa for 2021. I'm not sure he will want to see a replay of that header. Here he is, Shuhei Hoshino, who's confirmed his stay with Balestier Khalsa for 2021. Kenji plays it short this time. Has one straight under pressure. They've given it away here. Christian Krajcek, of course, if you recall, scored a goal of the season contender earlier this year at the AIA Tampines hub. And that's exactly why he's the man to watch. Cheeky touch. This could fall either way. Interesting save from Kenji. At the moment, Tanjong Pagar can't clear their lines as Balestier look to build on the pressure. It looks like Christian Krajcek won the ball here. Luis Junior will chase this down. Safety first for Aravind, who puts it out of play. As you can see, that Nasrul Amin coming out worse off in the challenge against Christian Krajcek. And he remains on the floor. It's been a fairly patchy start to proceedings here at the Bishan Stadium. Both teams not really creating clear-cut chances. It's about 10 minutes gone, and we've yet to see a real test for either of the goalkeepers. It does look like a bit of magic from the physio will allow Nasrul Amin to continue playing this game. He's still checking with the referee as to why it was not given as a foul. In the meantime, Farid Hamid is standing by to restart us with a throw-in as Nasrul Amin limps off the pitch. And once he's off, we will be back underway. Balestier give it away, have picked up possession. Christian Krajcek, speculative ball. Kenji on hand to clear it outside his box. Sairi Sabri picks up the ball here, plays it. Not the ball he was looking for. Surya Prakash on hand to pick it up. Looking for the run of Luis Junior. Here comes Surya Prakash. A real live wire in this Tanjong Pagar team going forward. Takahiro Tanaka joins him attack and wins a corner for his troubles, I believe. It does look like it will be a corner kick confirmation then. Tanjong Pagar's Takahiro Tanaka, the designated set-piece taker, and it's no surprise he has the most assists for the team with 3 assists so far this season. And he'll be looking for Luis Junior, who has 4 goals to his name. Cleared away though by Balestier. Shodi Nishikawa plays this one in. And that goes out for a goal kick. Undoubtedly the man they were looking for in the middle was Luis Junior. That time though, he was unable to get on the end of the cross. Luis Junior, of course, we picked him out as the man to watch before kickoff, and it's no surprise he has scored half of the 8 goals Tanjong Pagar have scored this season. including 3 in the last 2 games. And if you recall, his most recent strike was a thunderbolt against Tampines that earned them a 2-all draw against the Stags. Keshav Kumar there with the throw-in. Krychek unable to make it happen as Tanjong Pagar clear their lines. Once again, Nasrul Amin has gone down close to the centre circle. This time, though, he's won the foul and play goes on as Delvinder looks to get us restarted with this free kick. Delvinder's played it short. Surya Prakash at 3 for company, and he's given away the foul for that niggle on Zulfatmi Suzliman. Arish Kumar picks out Aravin. All the way to Ahmad Shahir, plays it back. Danish Uwais, who's come in for the suspended Fadli Khamis, a red card against the Young Lions, means Fadli Khamis will be missing for 2 games. And that has given a chance to Danish Uwais, who's come in to fill the void. That will be a throw-in for Tanjong Pagar. Quick check on the weather, and I can confirm that it has stopped drizzling here at the Bishan Stadium. Thankfully, no delays to kick off as we approach the 15-minute mark. Still goalless between Balestier Khalsa and Tanjong Pagar. It remains goalless at all other games across the Singapore Premier League. Confirmation that Geylang International are playing Lion City Sailors, Hougang United are playing Tampines Rovers, and of course the kickoff has been delayed at the Jurong East Stadium between Albrechts and Young Lions. Here comes Farid Samit, who looked like he had a chance, found himself in space in the box. Unfortunately, his header. Let's have another look here. Ball came in. Farid Samit, speculative header. Should have got it on target, perhaps. Unfortunately not, as Zaiful Nizam prepares to restart proceedings with this goal kick. Marko Krajovic there on the touchline, bellowing instructions to his players. Both teams really have yet to take this game by the scruff of the neck. And as I mentioned, both teams desperately in need of 3 points to at least finish the season on a high. Surya Prakash wins it for Tanjong Pagar. Lays it off to Amirul. Shabil Hisham here, playing the long ball to one. Has been 2 shots on target each, and Kenji came out early. And this is a chance. And unfortunately, Kenji has hit the ground, and it does look like he's in a bit of pain here. Straight away, referee Ahmed Akasha calls for the physio. When we do have a chance, let's have another look at it. Here we go here. It was half a chance, to say the least. Zulfami Suzliman coming together with Kenji Rushdie. Unfortunately, Kenji came off worse, and he remains on the ground. Zulfami just checking in on his compatriot to see if everything is okay. At the bottom of your screen there, you can see Delvinder Singh talking to Shabil Hisham, who's come in as a replacer for replacement for Jan Motta. Big shoes to fill, to say the least. Marko Krajovic looking on from the sidelines. November hasn't gone to plan for Marko Krajovic. since starting the resumption of the league with back-to-back wins. They went on to lose 7-1 to the Lion City Sailors for stealing a point against Tampines Rovers, and then they lost to Albrax Niigata, and worryingly they lost to Young Lions. Here comes a chance for Hazwan Halim. He's put that just wide. Hazwan Halim, who can be a real live wire. Christian Krychek playing Hazwan in. Unfortunately, he dragged his shot just wide. Hazwan Halim, who's taken 17 shots this season, only has 2 goals to his name. Could have been number 3. Could have, should have. Unfortunately, it wasn't. And now it's Delwinder Singh, who seems to have a heavily taped right thigh. It does look like a hamstring injury, and this might be a cause for concern. And I can confirm that the stretcher has been called upon to help Delwinder off the pitch. This will be indeed a cause for concern for Tanjong Pagar if Delwinder Singh was to be injured. Having lost Jan Motta in the first half against Tampines Rovers. Although Jan Motta is on the bench, he might be called into action if necessary. For now though, Delwinder Singh looks to be in a whole hot mess. Hazwan Halim here, who had the best chance of the game so far, putting it just wide. As Delwinder Singh is carried off the Bishan pitch. As with hamstring injuries, they do tend to be more serious. And then you can see at the bottom of your screen, it does look like Tanjong Pagar will have to replace Delwinder. No Alam Shah there, speaking to Raihan Rahman, who looks the likely replacement for Delwinder. As it is, Tanjong Pagar continue with 10 men for now. And Arvind's missed it. All the way back to the grateful Zaiful Nizam. For now though, Balestier Khalsa will look to take advantage of their man advantage. Tanjong Pagar slightly light at the back. Farid Samit has come all the way to put it out for a throw in. It does look though that they will continue with 10 men for the moment, as Balestier come in with this long throw in. Shuhei Hoshino wins a corner for his team. Hazwan Halim walks over to take this corner. Arvin, of course, scored his first Singapore Premier League goal last time out, and he would love to add another. The referee coming in to calm things down in the box. It does look like Christian Krychek and Amirul Emran are in a spot of bother. Luis Jr. as well, doing his part for the team at the back. And here comes Hazwan Halim with the corner. And that is a goal! Would you believe it's Danish Uwais who's come in for Fadli Kamis, and he's scored the opener for Balestier Khalsa. Let's have another look at the goal. Hazwan Halim with the ball in. All the way through. Kenji couldn't keep it out. Danish Uwais opens the scoring for Balestier. Let's have another look from this angle. All the way through. Danish will be claiming that goal. And it's 1-0 to Balestier Khalsa, who've opened the scoring 23 minutes into the game. As Tanjong Pagar belatedly make that substitution, it is Delwinder Singh who's come off injured, and it's Raihan Rahman who's come on in replacement. So a double blow here for Tanjong Pagar, who've lost Delwinder Singh through injury and then gone on to concede while playing with 10 men. Danish Uwais opening the scoring for Balestier Khalsa. And finally, Balestier have broken that unwanted record of conceding the first goal in their last 5 games. They have now scored the first goal. A long way to go here, so they will be looking to do everything to hold on. It does look like Hazwan Halim will deliver yet another set piece into the box. And without Delwinder, Tanjong Pagar will have all to do to defend against this. Not the best ball in by Hazwan Halim, as it's cleared easily, but Balestier still go. He's won it back well here. Plays it off to Jordan Imawe. Comes to nothing as Tanjong Pagar look to regroup. And it does look like Farid Hamid will move into centre-back position alongside Shabil Hisham. And Amirul Emran will fill the right-back void with Raihan Rahman, who's just come on for Delwinder Singh, filling in the middle of the park. And it's the first water break of the game, halfway through the first half. A chance for the players to regroup, regather, and rehydrate themselves, most importantly. It does look like the lightning warning system at the Jurong East Stadium has been lifted. So it does look like Albirex will kick off against Young Lions at 8:45. For now, though, at the Bishan Stadium, let's look at Balestier Khalsa's goal. Hazwan Halim with the ball in. Danish Uwais with the goal to give Balestier an important lead halfway through the first half. Danish Uwais, of course, the replacement for the suspended Fadli Khamis. Expected to do a job at the back. He's gone up and done it at the front, giving his team a 1-0 lead. The first time, of course, Balestier have scored the first goal in the last 5 games. Back underway after the first water break. Farid Hamid plays an interesting ball over the top. This could be half a chance for Tanjong Pagar. Oh, this could be 1-1, and it's Luis Junior with goal number 5. You can't give this man a sniff. Unfortunately for Aravind, he would not want to look at that highlight. Farid Hamid with the speculative ball over the top. Shodi Nishikawa put the ball into an area. Here is Aravind slip, and Luis Junior won't have an easier finish than that. On a plate, 1-1 here at the Bishan Stadium. And I'm not sure what Tanjong Pagar had in that water break, but it certainly worked a treat as they've drawn themselves level against Balestier Khalsa. Kristen Krychek here. Pings a long ball forward. Zulfatmi Suzliman looking for a teammate. He's eventually found Jordan Imawe. Krychek will collect in the middle again. This man really pulls the strings for Balestier Khalsa in the middle of the park. As does this man, Arvind this time, winning the ball against Luis Junior. And he plays it clear. Farid Hamid passes it back to Kenji. Once again, no Alam Shah alluded to his team's fighting spirit in that 2-all draw against Tampines Rovers, and they've shown it here. Despite losing a stalwart at the back in Delvinder Singh, they've drawn themselves level. When you've got a live wire like Luis Junior up front, you always stand half a chance, and that's proven true today. Arvind will look to build from the back. Hoshino here. That goes into, unfortunately, Rosie. Shuhei Hoshino confirmed for 2021 with the contract extension. Certainly looks hungry for a goal. I'm not sure shots like that are going to get him a goal, though. Once again, you can really hear how vocal all these players are on the pitch, bellowing instructions to each other, especially without the clamour of the crowd. As Kenji Rushdie gets us started. Arvind with a no-nonsense clearance. Farid Hamid's header has picked out Surya Prakash, who has Takahiro for company. And he's put in an interesting ball. Arvind, though, this time gets there ahead of Luis Junior. Once bitten, twice shy, I believe. No nonsense from Arvind, who clears it and clears it well. Captain Farid Hamid with a comfortable header back to Kenji. Shabil Hisham to the makeshift right back in Amirul Emran. And Luis Junior is plenty to handle. As Amirul Emran will pick up the ball here for Tanjong Pagar and get us started with this throw-in. Just about half an hour played at the Bishan Stadium here, and if you're just joining us, it is 1-1 between Balestier Khalsa and Tanjong Pagar United. Luis Junior does pick out Takahiro. A look there at the shot count so far. Balestier have 7 shots compared to Tanjong Pagar's 4. And each team has found the back of the net once. Having started slowly, this game is really simmering at the moment. Both teams looking to get the better of each other. Shabil Hisham with the header. Christian Krajcek. Shuhai Hoshino. Hazwan Halim. To Aravind. To Arish Kumar. To the goal scorer, Danish Uwais. Unfortunately, could not pick out Zulfami Suzliman down the flank, and he goes out for a Tanjong Pagar throw-in. Takahiro has given Surya Prakash a bit of work to do. Here's Takahiro. Farid Hamid, who looks to pump this long. And again, he's given Shodi Nishikawa something to chase. And Shodi Nishikawa is in the box here as he looks for a teammate. Surya Prakash with the snapshot, unfortunately just wide. That will be a goal kick. Let's have another look here. Once again, Shodai Nishikawa down the flank, picks out Surya Prakash, who again has put it wide. Surya Prakash, of course, has yet to score this season, and he should have done a lot better there in what was a decent opportunity to give his Tanjong Pagar team the lead. Safety first from Shabil Hisham. Once again, Farid Samid, in true captain's fashion, filling in at centre-back for the injured Delvinder. And dare I say, doing it quite comfortably thus far. Here come Balestier again, though. That's a ball to chase, and that's a shot on target by Shuhei Oshino. Shabil Hisham, though, put his body in the way and concedes a corner. Tanjong Pagar will be wary of the threat posed by this corner as Hazwan Halim makes his way over for the set piece. Here comes Hazwan Halim. And once again, there is some, let's just say, crowd trouble in the box. Hazwan Halim with the corner kick. All the way in and just wide. Yet again, Tanjong Pagar found wanting at the set piece. And that header could have well ended up at the back of the net. Let's have another look here. It was Christian Krajcek who got onto Hazwan Halim's corner and put it just wide. Christian Krajcek, of course, not the tallest player in the box, still somehow managed to get his head on that. Balestier Khalsa proving that they are a threat at set pieces. Balestier looking to restart and restart quickly. Farid once again comes across. And they claim for a corner, nothing to it. Shuhei Hoshino gets nothing for his troubles as Tanjong Pagar will restart with Kenji's goal kick. A quick score update. Hougang United against Tampines Rovers at the Jalan Besar Stadium. I can confirm that the Stags have taken the lead there. It's once again that man, Boris Kapitovic, who got the goal to give Tampines Rovers the lead against Hougang United. Back at Bishan Stadium, though, Christian Krajcek has put Hazwan Halim through. Hazwan Halim puts a ball into the box, and that is a goal for Balestier Khalsa. Shuhei Hoshino celebrates his contract extension with a goal. Christian Krajcek, once again the architect, picked out Hazwan Halim, who found himself in acres of space down the flank. The ball into the box, and Shuhei Hoshino did the rest. There he is, Shuhei Hoshino, who's given his team the lead. With goal number 3 of the season. And so we kick off yet again with Balestier Khalsa now in front by the odd goal. Tanjong Pagar once again with all to do. Suhairi with a speculative effort. And you can hear Zaiful Nizam telling his defense to close them down. He is not impressed with his defense, giving the Tanjong Pagar attack a sniff. Takahiro Tanaka with the throw in. That will go all the way through. Danish did what was necessary and puts the ball out for a throw in. Takahiro Tanaka is on throw-in duty here, and he will look to conjure something. He's picked up Surya Prakash with the throw-in, and Takahiro, who's got 3 assists to his name this season, looks for number 4, and that's found its way into the net, and the referee has put some confusion if there was offside, but I can confirm no offside. It is 2-2. Shodai Nishikawa with the shot that flew over the head of Zaiful Nizam, and just as soon as Balestier took the lead, Tanjong Pagar have found a way back. Let's have another look here. Takahiro Tanaka with the ball to Surya Prakash. He received it again, and he played a ball into the box. Once again, 6s and 7s. And we will show you that goal when we get the chance again. For now, though, we restart at 2-2 here at the Bishan Stadium in what's turning out to be quite the goal fest. Just about 5 minutes to go in the first half. There's been 4 goals shared equally. Christian Krajcek was impeded there, and this provides another set-piece opportunity for Balestier Khalsa. Confirmation then that it was Shodai Nishikawa who drew Tanjong Pagar level with his 2nd goal of the season. We have to wait and see, though, if Takahiro Tanaka is given the assist, considering Balestier Khalsa failed to clear their lines. Here comes Hazwan Halim with another set piece. And this will be a corner kick. And it does look like there is some action on the Balestier Khalsa bench. Guy Samir is stripped and ready to come on. I will confirm that shortly. For now, though, is the corner kick that has eluded everyone. Yes, confirmation there that Balestier Khalsa are about to make a change. It does look like Guy Samir will be coming on for Keshav Kumar, as Keshav Kumar trudges off and Guy Samir comes on. It does look like it'll be a like-for-like substitution as Guy Samir comes in at right back. Speaking of right backs, is the makeshift right back Amirul Emran with the throw in. Christian Krajcek gathers the ball and has sent Hazwan Halim on his way. Hazwan Halim looking to get the return. Unfortunately, the lines are cleared. And play is broken up through this foul on Nasrul Amin. Farid Samit all the way back to Kenji. Luis Junior yet again leading the Tanjong Pagar line with aplomb. And that is a decent ball that's intercepted by Guy Samir. Aravin here clears the danger and picks out a teammate as Balestier look to build from the back. Zulfami with Takahiro for company. Shuhei Hoshino, who's got 1 goal to his name already today. The coming together of players, it does look like Surya Prakash came off worse in that clash with Jordan Emawe. Referee saying nothing more. Here we go. A 50-50. I don't think there was any real malice intended. Farid Samit with a quick ball out to Takahiro to get us started again. And that was a ball to nobody really. As the ball goes out for Balestier Khalsa throw in. Arvin on the ball here. Looking to play a long ball forward, and he does. Shabil Hashim has dealt with that as Takahiro has 2 for company, and he clears his lines. Guy Samir with the final touch as Surya Prakash looks to get us started with this throw in. And again, a lack of understanding there between Shodai Nishikawa and Surya Prakash as Balestier. A speculative effort here from Christian Krajcek on the left leg. Saw the space, was afforded the space, not closed down. He took a shot, unfortunately went just wide. Hazrin Jelani here has been bellowing instructions from the touchline between him and Noalam Shah. I think they take turns to be, let's just say, the conductors of this Tanjong Pagar team. Marko Krajovic there showing he's still got it. Killing the ball with 1 touch as Balestier restart with this throw. Shabil Hisham looks to clear his lines. Amirul Emran, Raihan Rahman. That's Arish Kumar who looks. Here comes Takahiro Tanaka. Guy Samir with an important touch because Luis Junior was standing on hand to connect with that. Guy Samir with an all-important touch. Confirmation then that we will have 2 minutes of injury time heading into the end of the first half. In what's been an entertaining first half. 2 goals apiece, 1 substitution apiece. As Zaiful Nizam has come all the way out to get us underway again. Shabil Hisham clears it away. Not too far though, as Balestier continue to look a threat. And this is Christian Krajcek. Draws a save from Kenji. Let's have another look here. Christian Krajcek evaded the defense and took a shot, went on target. Kenji Rushdie with a snap save. Suhairi looks to be in a spot of bother as Tanjong Pagar look to defend 1 final foray by Balestier Khalsa into their box. A long throw that's come all the way. An important clearance. The danger is not over yet though. Hazwan Halim still has it. As Takahiro Tanaka looks to prevent the corner, and I think he has. And that is that. The first half here draws to a close at the Bishan Stadium with the scores at 2-2 between Balestier Khalsa and Tanjong Pagar United. Balestier Khalsa took the lead from Danish Uwais. Before this man, Luis Junior, drawed things level. Shuhei Hoshino then gave Balestier Khalsa the lead for a second time before Shodai Nishikawa's effort found the back of the net. And as it stands at halftime here at the Bishan Stadium, Balestier Khalsa 2, Tanjong Pagar United 2. Welcome back to the Bishan Stadium. It is half-time here between Balestier Khalsa and Tanjong Pagar United. Confirmation that it is 2-2 between these two teams at half-time. And let's have a look at the highlights. Hazwan Halim here had an early chance that he put just wide. And Balestier, who started the game stronger, had another chance through Shuhei Hoshino. A long throw from Christian Kajcek found its way all the way to Shuhei Hoshino. And then came the opening goal. Hazwan Halim's corner knocked in by Danish Uwais. Kenji Rushdie got a palm to it. Unfortunately, it wasn't strong enough. And it was Danish Uwais who celebrated the goal. Soon after, though, Farid Hamid put a speculative ball forward. Shodai Nishikawa put the ball into the middle. Arvin missed, and Luis Junior with goal number 5 of the season. Luis Livewire Junior, give him half a chance and he will make you pay, and he did there to draw Tanjong Pagar level at 1-1. Shodai Nishikawa putting it on a plate. Arvin not doing the needful. Luis Jr. made them pay. And not before long, there was another Farid Summit through ball that was picked on by Nishikawa. And this time Surya Prakash put his shot just wide. Shodai Nishikawa, again the architect. Surya Prakash, though, still looking for his first goal of the season. Then came set piece number 2. Unfortunately, this time Christian Krajcek put his header just shy of the post. And again, Balestier Khalsa looking a real threat on set pieces. And then Hazwan Halim played the ball in for Shuhai Hoshino to head home and give Balestier the lead. Shuhai Hoshino there with the header, unmarked in the box, didn't need a second invitation. He made it 2-1 for Balestier Khalsa. Unfortunately, this Tanjong Pagar team never say die, and they came again, this time through a bit of fortune. Shodai Nishikawa with the final touch in that shot that looped over Zaiful Nizam. Takahiro Tanaka with the ball into the box. Balestier failing to clear their lines again, and Shodai Nishikawa didn't need a second invitation. There it is, over Zaiful Nizam and into the back of the net. Christian Krajcek did have another chance to give Balestier the lead, drawing a smart save from Kenji. And as we look at the halftime stats here at the Bishan Stadium, Balestier Khalsa with 14 shots compared to Tanjong Pagar's 7. When you look at the shots on target, though, once again it's Balestier Khalsa who've got 4 compared to Tanjong Pagar's 2. The corner count and the corners have proved to be tricky for Tanjong Pagar. Balestier proving to be a real threat. They've got 3 corners. And we've also seen a substitution each from both the teams. Tanjong Pagar, of course, with an enforced substitution. It does look like Delvinder Singh pulled a hamstring, according to the doctor. A look at the scores at the rest of the games. Albrechts, Niigata and Young Lions. That game's kickoff was delayed due to the lightning warning system, and it remains 0-0. Geylang International, Lion City Sailors remains 0-0. And the final game, the 4th and final game of the night at the Hougang Stadium, I do beg your pardon, between Hougang United and Tampines Rovers, sees Tampines Rovers leading 1-0, courtesy of Boris Kapitovic. Back here, though, at the Bishan Stadium, as I alluded to earlier, both Balestier and Tanjong Pagar have made enforced changes at halftime. A quick update on Delvinder Singh. I can confirm that he did pull his hamstring and had to be stretchered off, being replaced by Raihan Rahman. And the other enforced substitution was Keshav Kumar, who came off for Guy Samir. The second half is now just minutes away at the Bishan Stadium. Be sure to join us for that. It remains evenly poised at 2-2 between Balestier Khalsa and Tanjong Pagar United. Once again, a very warm welcome back to the Bishan Stadium. At halftime, it's 2-2 between Balestier Khalsa and Tanjong Pagar United. One of 4 games in the Singapore Premier League tonight. And you've been watching this one at Bishan, then you've chosen the right one. We've got 4 goals shared between 2 teams. And I do hope it continues in the same vein in the second half. As it stands, it does look like there will be no further changes to the lineups between the 2 teams. Keshav Kumar, of course, was taken off before halftime to be replaced by Guy Samir. I think that was in part due to Surya Prakash's impact on the game down that flank, as well as Shodai Nishikawa. Oh, I can confirm right now that there will be a substitution for Tanjong Pagar. Nasrul Amin is set to come off and to be replaced by Zulkifli Hasim. On paper, at least, that looks to be an attacking substitution. There we have it, Taufik Thana with the confirmation of the change. Zulkifli Hasim on for Nasrul Amin. Farid Samit, captain of Tanjong Pagar, and as I saw for myself last time out against Tampines Rovers, he really does lead this team. What is a fairly young team that they are keen to stress was assembled at the very last minute. They've shown plenty of fight, plenty of fighting spirit, and if the first 45 is anything to go by, they do have plenty left in the tank ahead of the second 45. It does look like Tanjong Pagar's plan will be to attack from the front with Zulkifli Hasim coming on for Nasrul Amin, as Luis Junior, who's now up to 5 goals, kickstart the second half. Early touch of the ball here for Takahiro Tanaka, who's provided a real threat down the flank. Guy Samir has given away a foul early on. And it's the designated set-piece man, Takahiro Tanaka, who will come over to take this free kick. An early test for the Balestier Khalsa defense, marshalled of course by Arvin. As close as it gets to a corner, this free kick really. Takahiro Tanaka, who leads Tanjong Pagar with 3 assists, has put in a ball that unfortunately does not threaten the Balestier Khalsa goal. And Kenji will see this all the way out before restarting proceedings with a goal kick. Kenji, of course, has established himself as the first choice goalkeeper for Tanjong Pagar in recent times, ahead of Fasha Iskandar and Joey Sim, with 7 starts for Tanjong Pagar. And here's the man fresh off the bench, Zulkifli Hasim, who's picked out Shodai Nishikawa. And that is an interesting ball that Zaiful Nizam has only punched away. Luis Junior draws a sharp save from Zaiful Nizam. Danger is not over yet as Takahiro Tanaka goes for goal just over the bar. And Tanjong Pagar starting the second half as they mean to go on. Here's the ball in by Shodai Nishikawa. Drew a sharp save from Zaiful Nizam before Guy Samir cleared his lines. An early test here for the captain of Balestier Khalsa. And it's all Tanjong Pagar at the moment as Takahiro Tanaka brings this forward. Guy Samir, who came on just before half-time. That is an interesting ball that Kenji will gratefully gather. Amirul Emran, who's the makeshift right back for this game, with Farid Samit, the usual right back, shifting into the centre back position after Delvinder Singh limped off with a hamstring injury in the first half. A real problem for Tanjong Pagar, it seems, the centre back position, with Jan Motta only fit enough for the bench, and now Delvinder Singh out with a hamstring. Well, that's for the future. In the here and now, they've got Mr. Reliable Farid Samit doing a job for them in the middle of the park alongside Shabil Hisham. Amirul Emran has given away a foul that Christian Krajcek might have an eye on, although it does look like Hazwan Halim, who's the regular set piece taker, has come over. Balestier have proven to be a threat on set pieces, and Hazwan Halim will look to provide yet another opportunity for his team to take the lead. That is not something you see every day off the training ground here. Unfortunately, that didn't come through, as Tanjong Pagar will look to break here with Shodai Nishikawa. I believe that's what you call a professional foul. And unsurprisingly, Arish Kumar will pick up a yellow card for that. Here's another look. He knew exactly what he was doing. Two hands on the evasive Nishikawa. Takes one for the team and goes into the book. It's Farid Samit with the free kick. Plays it short to Suhairi Sabri, who's played it on to Takahiro Tanaka and takes it back. Not sure if Farid was too pleased with that pass, as Kenji will look to clear his lines against the on-rushing Hoshino, and he did. Balestier, though, have come back. Unsurprisingly, it was offside. Hazwan Halim, a victim of his own pace, really, being caught behind the Tanjong Pagar defense. No nonsense from Aravind, who was at fault for Luis Junior's goal earlier in the first half. Tanjong Pagar seeing plenty of the ball here in the second half, as is the substitute Zulkifli Hashim, who's done well, and he's taken a shot. Luis Junior, that's gone all the way through to Zaiful Nizam, and once again Balestier Khalsa failing to clear their lines and heaping pressure on themselves, really. Farid plays it all the way back. It does look like we have a Balestier player on the deck. It's Hoshino, who looks to be okay to carry on by the look of things. Let's have another look here. Both players going up for the ball. None of them got it. Hoshino claiming to come off worse. He's up, and we are back up and running at the Bishan Stadium. It does look like we're going to kickstart with a drop ball. Shabil Hashim all the way back to Kenji. Once again, it's Christian Krajcek on the ball. A real magician with the ball at his feet, as he's proven time and again for Balestier Khalsa. Unfortunately, Raihan Rahman was in close attendance. The ball goes out for a throw-in. Aravind has Luis Junior to contend with. Luis Junior, who's really led from the front for Tanjong Pagar. Not just the goals, but according to team manager Noor Alam Shah, he's a real presence in the dressing room and on the training pitch, providing a real inspiration for what is a relatively young and inexperienced Tanjong Pagar team. Here comes Takahiro Tanaka with a job to do at the back, and he's done it. And he's asking Kenji questions about not clearing his lines. Takahiro Tanaka, one of the elder statesmen of this Tanjong Pagar team. No surprise to see him leading the inquisition into why Kenji did not come off his line to clear that ball, especially when you consider Balestier are such a threat from set pieces. I feel I've said this one too many times today, but Hazwan Halim stands on a corner yet again. And what can come of this? Hazwan Halim with the ball into the grateful arms of Kenji Rusdi, who pumps it forward. Guy Samir with not the most convincing of hitters. That's fallen in the way of Nishikawa. Samir, though, recovered well and puts it out for a throw-in. Once again, there's a fair bit of fearlessness with the way both these teams are playing. Both desperate to return to winning ways. Tanjong Pagar, of course, have waited a long, long while to taste the sweetness of victory. Balestier themselves have bumbled through November. And I think that's set us up for what's been a fairly tasty encounter between these two teams. No real fear, not cagey at all, as they go head to head in search of 3 points. Suhairi with the ball out from the back. And again, it's Tanjong Pagar who've started this second half as they mean to go on. Seeing plenty of the ball going forward. It is Luis Junior with the ball at the corner flag. It does look like Arvin has recovered from his mistake in the first half. Since then, he hasn't put a foot wrong against Luis Junior. He does have just over 30 minutes to go to deal with the Brazilian. And the referees called it for offside, and Surya Prakash looks in disbelief. Balestier Khalsa, though, won't complain one bit as Tanjong Pagar's attack is foiled and they restart. The man in the middle, of course, is Ahmad Akasha, and he has the services of Andy Tan and Lim Si Seng as his assistant referee, and Taufik Tana as the fourth official. Zaiful Nizam gets us started here with the goal kick. Zulfami Suzliman comes forward, picks out Hoshino, who turns and puts it just wide. They are claiming a corner, and they will get a corner. Let's have another look here. Suzliman picked out his striker, who turned. Only had one thing in his mind. Took a shot that took a deflection off Faritz and goes out for a corner kick. Yet another corner kick from Hazwan Halim. I dare say some of them have been underwhelming since he put that ball in that was headed in by Danish Uwais for tonight's opening goal. Will this be different? Hazwan Halim has put the ball in, found a player. Unfortunately, nothing comes of it as the ball goes out. And as you can see at the bottom of your screen, it does look like Sime Zuzul is stripped and ready to come on. I will have information on that as soon as I can. It does look like the substitution will go ahead. And it's Jordan Emawe who's coming off for Sime Zuzul. Or perhaps they are going to wait for this corner kick to be taken. I do beg your pardon. The substitution will have to change. We'll have to wait. It's Azwan Halim with the corner kick. And that is an interesting header for the man who is about to be replaced. Jordan Imaviwe with a header that's gone just wide and subsequently makes his way off the pitch for Sime Zuzul. Sime Zuzul, of course, is the leading goal scorer for Balestier Khalsa with 3 goals this season. And as I had mentioned earlier, a real fearlessness between both teams to bring on attacking impetus off the bench for the final half an hour or so at the Bishan Stadium. Speaking of attacking impetus, here's Luis Junior, who's done well to evade not 1, not 2, but 3. Unfortunately, his ball was intercepted by Guy Samir. Nonetheless, Tanjong Pagar come again with Tanaka on this throw. He picks out Nishikawa, who's turned Arish Kumar. There's real industry to Nishikawa's play down these attacks, as Christian Krychek is a judge to have fouled. And Christian Krychek not at all happy with that decision. Looking at the replay, I'm not sure he had much of a case, really. And it's Rayhan Rahman who look to take charge of this set piece. We've seen a fair few goals from free kicks in the league this season. Will we see one here at Bishan Stadium? Hits the wall and unfortunately comes of nothing. Zaiful Nizam, a real ever-present for this Balestier Khalsa team. The 33-year-old has been the only goalkeeper between the sticks for all of Balestier's games, especially when you're captain of the team. And this is Sime Zuzul to Christian Krychek, blocked by Shabil Hashim. Once again, the combination of Christian Krychek and Sime Zuzul, which has proved a winning combination in previous occasions for Balestier. They have just under 30 minutes to rekindle that magic and give Balestier the much needed 3 points that they crave ever so badly. Danny Shuais with the clearance. Tanaka has Zulfatmi for company. And Tanaka's done well to not concede possession. Although it does look like Balestier will come again. Faritz to Tanaka. And again, Tanaka will look to clear his lines. And Marko Krajovic. Marko Krajovic's plan of making this a quick restart has been foiled, as it's given as a foul throw. Takahiro Tanaka, who takes more than his fair share of throw-ins, is about to show us how it's done. Irish Kumar, the only booking of the game so far. He gathers possession, as it does look like it'll be too much for Sime Zuzul to hunt down. Surya Prakash on the ball here, loses the ball as Christian Krychek gathers possession to Aravin, who's been found wanting, and it's Surya Prakash. Aravin recovered ever so well. Here comes Surya Prakash. Luis Jr. once again making a nuisance of himself as he waltzes his way into the box. There's Hoshino, who's come all the way back to clear his lines, and this is a ball for Sime Zuzul to chase down. No nonsense from Kenji Rushdie. Guy Samir picks up the loose ball. It does look like since the arrival of Sime Zuzul, Hoshino is happy to drop back and retrieve the ball. Zulkifli Hassim leaves the breakaway for Tanjong Pagar here. And Aravin puts his laces through that as Balestier come again through Zulfatmi Suzliman, who's picked out Hazwan Halim, who had all to do and really has let his team down. And it does look like Kenji will put a break on proceedings, telling his team to calm down as they look to regather and regroup. And they come again with the throw from the back. Long ball over the top to Takahiro Tanaka. Raihan Rahman looking for a teammate, but it's Krychek who will look to unleash Sime Zuzul. Foul, says the referee. Zulfami Suzliman on Takahiro Tanaka. Some words being exchanged, and the referee quickly on hand to diffuse any tension. And it does look like there will be a substitution. Jan Motta, who only started on the bench today, is about to replace Shabil Hisham. And you'll have to see that. Tanaka and Zulfatmi putting their differences aside. Jan Motta, who is an important member of this Tanjong Pagar backline, is on in the place of Shabil Hisham. And his once again, it does look like Balestier Khalsa do everything right but the final pass. Sime Zuzul thrown into the fray of action and taking some time to acclimatize to proceedings. Hoshino, who has dropped back since the arrival of Sime Zuzul, I dare say in the mold of Harry Kane. And it's Krychek who looks for the foul and gets the foul. That's just the sort of player Christian Krychek is. A real master on the ball. And if you get close enough, you do tend to give a foul away. Here it is, Surya Prakash. Yep, confirmation, no ball, only leg. Christian Krychek hit the floor. And it'll be another set piece with both Krychek and Hazwan Halim standing over it. Doesn't clear the wall, a second take. Still doesn't clear the wall. There's Arvin who will gather the pieces for Balestier. And Zaiful Nizam has all to do to ensure no harm is done to the Balestier backline. As Farid looks to keep this in play. Unfortunately, I don't think he succeeded as it goes out for Balestier Khalsa throw-in. In the meantime, though, I can confirm that there has been a second goal at the Hougang Stadium. Tampines Rovers now 2-good against Hougang. Boris Kapitovic with his second goal of the night to give the Stags a much-needed 2-0 lead as they look to hunt down Albrechts Niigata at the top of the table. In the here now, though, at the Bishan Stadium, it remains 2-2 between Bishan and Tanjong Pagar with just over 20 minutes of regulation time left to play. "19 shots compared to Tanjong Pagar's 11. And of the 4 games going on tonight in the Singapore Premier League, this has provided us most in terms of goalmouth action. Marko Krajovic there making his thoughts known to the 4th official, Taufik Thana. "Unacceptable," says Marko. Here's what he's complaining about. Sime Zuzul again, the man in question to have drawn the foul. Does look like Farid Samit will get us started. Oh no, how dare I. It's Takahiro Tanaka, Mr. Throw-in himself. With the throw-in, it looks to have possibly won a corner. Unfortunately not. It's been given as a Balestier Khalsa goal kick. I can also confirm that there has been a goal at the Jurong East Stadium in the game between Albrechts Niigata, league leading Albrechts Niigata against Young Lions. Ong Yu-en with the goal there after just 4 minutes to give Albrechts Niigata the lead. And it does look like we are taking a break for water at the moment. That foul providing the break in play for both teams to regroup, regather and rehydrate. You can hear Marko Krajovic speaking to his players quite audibly. And I'm sure both these teams sense an opportunity to get all 3 points heading into the final 20 minutes of this game. If you've just joined us, it is 2-2 between Balestier Khalsa and Tanjong Pagar United at the Bishan Stadium. Luis Junior and Shodai Nishikawa amongst the goals for Tanjong Pagar. As for Balestier Khalsa, it's Danish Uwais and Shuhai Hoshino who are on the score sheet. Plenty of football still left to be played and plenty of opportunities, I'm sure, for both these teams to get the win. Will this be one? Kenji Rushdie recovered well to gather the ball. Come. Since starting the second half with some real intent, it does look like both these teams have fizzled out. I mean, with the number of games they've played since the restart, it's no surprise that fatigue has set in. As Balestier Khalsa judged to be offside there, and we restart again. After today, both these teams will have 3 games to go in the Singapore Premier League. Tanjong Pagar face Hougang United after this, before they face Albirex Niigata, and then they end the season at home to the Young Lions. Balestier Khalsa, on the other hand, host Geylang International after this, before they go away to Hougang United, and then they end the season off at Lion City Sailors. Hoshino with the ball forward. He's given Zul Fatmi plenty to do, almost too much to do there. As I mentioned earlier, since the resumption of the league, the games have come thick and fast, and both sets of players undoubtedly are feeling the effects of it. Takahiro Tanaka here with the throw-in. Arish Kuma with the touch. Guy Samir. And it's Tanjong Pagar who will restart proceedings when Krychek moves out the way, of course. It does look like Hazwan Halim has come all the way to take this set piece for Balestier Khalsa. And set pieces might just well be Balestier's best way forward, as this ball goes in. Hoshino is adjudged to have been offside anyway. Doesn't matter much with the header going wide. Jan Mota in close attendance. Must be welcome respite for Tanjong Pagar to have Jan Mota come off the bench, especially considering they lost yet another centre-back, as Delvinder Singh limped off with a worrying hamstring injury in the first half. Just under 15 minutes to go here at the Bishan Stadium between Balestier Khalsa and Tanjong Pagar United. Neither team have really taken charge of the second half the way we had expected, but all it takes is one flash to change a game, as Surya Prakash wins a throw-in for his efforts. It is Luis Junior who looked to pick up Surya Prakash with the header, but Tanjong Pagar will come again through Takahiro Tanaka. He looks to put a ball into the box, and he does. Unfortunately, it's gone out for a goal kick. The last times these two teams played each other was on 17th of October 2020. That was when the Singapore Premier League resumed. That was a tame affair that finished 1-0 in favour of Balestier Khalsa. This game, though, has proven to be far more exciting in the way of a 2-2 draw as it stands, as we edge closer to the crucial final 10 minutes. Semir Zuzul yet again draws another foul, as Jan Mota will get us started from the back. Now, we talked about Jan Mota being important for Tanjong Pagar's backline. He's also been important going forward. The centre-back has contributed 2 goals, behind only to Luis Junior's 5. Showing his importance in defence with that tackle as Luis Junior picks up. Arish Kumar did ever so well. Really, it takes more than one man to stop Luis Junior. That's the ball over the top for Krychek to Tace. And he's got Sime Zuzul for company. Unfortunately, the ball had failed him. So Hairi pumps this one forward. Guy Samir puts it out for a throw in. Zulkifli Hassim will get us restarted with the throw. It goes out to Nishikawa. Unfortunately, not what they had in mind, as it goes out for a Balestier Khalsa throw in. Both teams are reaching that stage in the game where they need to think about if they want to settle for a point or go for the jugular and go for all 3. With just 3 games remaining after today, it'll be interesting to see which team can edge themselves forward. For now, though, it's another Balestier Khalsa corner. And it's no surprise who is walking over to take that corner kick. It is Hazwan Halim. Here he is, yeah, Hazwan Halim. Arvind there in your picture, who scored from a set piece last time out. Wouldn't he love to repeat that? As the ball comes in, it goes all the way through, no one touches it, and it'll be Raihan Rahman who gathers possession for Tanjong Pagar. And this is a ball for Luis Junior to chase. Guy Samir on hand to pick out his goalkeeper. Unfortunately, not the best of clearances from Zaiful Nizam as Surya Prakash. Flag has stayed down. Surya Prakash had half a chance, didn't make the most of it, but Tanjong Pagar still have the ball here as Takahiro Tanaka will put the ball in. And it's cleared out. It does look like there is a player injured on the floor. And it's Danesh Uwais who's finding himself on the decks as the physio comes in. Danesh Uwais, just 23 years of age, in for the suspended Fadli Khamis. He's marked his appearance with a goal. And it does look like he will be okay to carry on. I do beg your pardon, though. It will be a substitution with goal scorer Danesh Uwais coming off for a Jufri Taha. And that is one of 2 substitutions that Balestier Khalsa will make going into this final 10 minutes. The other being Zulfatmi Suzliman, who comes off for Yo Hai Ngi. So a double substitution here for Balestier Khalsa heading into the final 10 minutes at the Bishan Stadium. As with most of the competitive leagues in the world, the Singapore Premier League has afforded 5 substitutions for each team since the restart. And it's no surprise to see every single one of these teams take advantage of that to keep their players fresh. Jan Motta yet again on hand to clear the danger. He does provide much assurance at the back. And this is Christian Krychek, who's found himself all the way through. Christian Krychek here really is a magician. Have a look at this. Sime Zuzul played him in. Here we go. Left two players for dead. And then put the shot on target. Unfortunately, had to settle for a corner. And it does look like Hazwan Halim has been replaced on corner kicks duty here, as it's Christian Krajcek who stands over this. Fair few red shirts to aim for in the box. And he does so. Unfortunately, that one bending out of play. Go for the second ball. That's the cry from the coach, Marko Krajevic, as we go into the final knockings of this game. I must say, Guy Samir has provided assurance at that right back position in place of Keshav Kumar, who endured a torrid time in the first half before subsequently being replaced. And so has Amirul Emran, in all due fairness to him, who's had to fill in at right back after Farid Samit was deployed as an emergency centre-back for Tanjong Pagar. And with Jan Mota looking fit enough to play, maybe, just maybe, Tanjong Pagar might have their bases covered for their next game. In the event that Delvinder Singh will be out for a prolonged period. 85 minutes played here at the Bishan Stadium. And it remains 2-2 between Balestier Khalsa and Tanjong Pagar United. Two teams who need a win, and it's Tanjong Pagar who will look to provide a spark right at the death. Arish Kumar with an important clearance as Takahiro Tanaka keeps it in play for Tanjong Pagar. And he's adjudged to have been offside, Zulkifli Hashim. And that is that. Despite the early promise of the first 10 minutes of the second half, this game has seemingly fizzled out in the way of clear-cut chances. Will there be one final twist in the Bishan tale? Well, time will tell. And the set piece might well provide the opportunity for Balestier. They've won set pieces aplenty today, Balestier Khalsa. And the latest one will be taken by none other than Hazwan Halim. Here comes the ball. It's Christian Krajcek, who cushioned his header wide, unfortunately. Both Hazrin Jalani and No Alam Shah were keen to stress that Tanjong Pagar are in a developmental stage as far as the team is concerned. So perhaps, just perhaps, 1 point will be enough to edge them closer in that right direction for development. And it does look like Tanjong Pagar United will be making a change. It is Indira Iskandar who is slightly eager to come on. Just being told to wait for Surya Prakash to leave the field of play. That is Indra Iskandar, who's come on for Tanjong Pagar. Some fresh legs in the attacking third as two players come into close contact here. That's Ahmad Shahir and the effervescent Nishikawa. No malice, both players going for the ball. Unfortunately, it does look like this will add to the stoppage time at the end of this game, as both physios have come on. Match day 11 in the Singapore Premier League, and Tanjong Pagar are on course to pick up their 5th draw of the season. They've picked up 5 points, all coming from draws, 6 other defeats. As for Balestier Khalsa, of the 11 games they've played, including today, they will not be adding to their tally of 3 wins. There might be a fair bit of stoppage time that could change all of that. So do stay tuned till the very end to find out. A quick update of the scores around the ground. The Lion City Sailors now leading 2-0 against Geylang International. Song Yong and Gabriel Quack on the score sheet for the Sailors. As for the Stags, they remain in front and in charge against Hougang United. Boris Kapitovic with the double for the Stags. And it is half-time in the game that was delayed due to lightning warning between Albrechts and the Young Lions. Albrechts Niigata, of course, leading 1-0. And as it stands, maintain their lead at the top of the table. Confirmation then, 5 minutes of stoppage time here at the Bishan Stadium. 5 more minutes for one of these two teams to get a much needed 3 points. It is Tanjong Pagar who are claiming the throw-in. And the linesman does apologize for his oversight as we restart with a throw-in. Amirul Emran will get us restarted as this ball comes into the box. Cleared by Jufri Taha. Both teams keen to get going as quickly as they can. Unfortunately, it comes to nothing as Kanji Rushdi picks this up. Christian Krajcek comes up against the rock wall. That is Faritz and goes nowhere with it. As Balestier Khalsa look to end this game on a high, it's Christian Krajcek who will take this throw in. And what looks possibly to be a long throw into the box. It is a long throw into the box. That is unfortunately cleared by Amirul Emran. I do beg your pardon, Raihan Rahman. And that was a late challenge from Jufri Taha. As you can see, Alam Shah and Marko Krajovic disagreeing on that decision. The clock is ticking towards the end here at the Bishan Stadium as Takahiro Tanaka plays this. Ahmad Shahir chested ball back to Zaiful Nizam. All the way forward, and it's Farid Samit who has Yohangi for company. And using all his experience to usher the ball out, Farid Samit, captain of this Tanjong Pagar team, leading by example. on the balance of play, you would say a point is about right for both these teams, and it would be cruel luck if either one are to steal all 3 points. Christian Krajcek overzealous in his attempts to win the ball there, and it is a Tanjong Pagar free kick. All the way back, Kenji Rusdi comes out to get us started again. It's a long ball forward by Kenji Rusdi. Luis Junior adjudged to have gone into the back of Aravin. And it does look like we will have a cagey final few minutes. Both teams, more importantly, not wanting to lose more than wanting to win this game. It does look like Zaiful Nizam will be sending this to the flanks. Perhaps not, he sent it right down the middle. And it's the Colossus, that is Jan Motta, who's cleared up for Tanjong Pagar. Again, Jan Motta, no nonsense. Aravin with a comfortable header to Christian Krajcek, who's picked out Hoshino. That's a ball for Johan Yi to chase. The cameraman there with a cheeky touch of the ball. As Kenji Rusdi picks it up for a goal kick. Final embers of the game here at the Bishan Stadium. And there you have it. An entertaining game with Balestier. 22 shots compared to Tanjong Pagar's 11. The stat that matters though is on your top left. 2-2 between both these teams, unless something very dramatic happens here at the Bishan Stadium. All the way back for Kenji, who picks it up with a long boot. And this is Nishikawa, who could provide one final sting. Ahmad Shahir on hand with a vital, vital challenge. One final set piece for Balestier Khalsa to defend. One final foray for Tanjong Pagar United to pick up their first win of the season. It is Takahiro Tanaka who's making his way to the corner flag to send this one in. Jan Motta, Luis Junior, obvious targets in the box. Could this be the fairy tale ending Tanjong Pagar United have dreamt of? Here comes Takahiro Tanaka with the corner. In comes the ball. Comes to nothing. And that is Zaiful Nizam, who will gratefully look to launch this goal kick. Zaiful Nizam with the long ball forward. And the referee has the whistle in his mouth. And that is full time here at the Bishan Stadium. It finishes 2-2 between Balestier Khalsa and Tanjong Pagar United. That elusive win evading both these teams as they settle for points apiece. All 4 goals came in the first half. Danish Uwais gave Balestier the lead 22 minutes in before Luis Junior notched his 5th goal of the season to draw Tanjong Pagar level. Shuhai Hoshino then gave Balestier Khalsa the lead for the 2nd time before Shodai Nishikawa pulled Tanjong Pagar back level, and it finishes 2-2. Here's another look at the goal from Danish Uwais. In for the replacement, Fat Klikamis marked it with a goal to give Balestier the start they wanted. Unfortunately, the lead didn't last for long. Farid Samit with the ball over the top. Nishikawa in acres of space, and he played the ball into the middle. Arvin slipped. Luis Junior didn't. Goal number 5 for the Brazilian. 1-1 for Tanjong Pagar. Have another look. Farid Samit with the ball over the top. Nishikawa in acres of space. Put the ball in the center. Aravind slipped. Luis Junior did the rest. Then came Balestier Khalsa's second goal. Christian Krajcek unleashing Hazwan Halim with the ball in the middle, and it was Shuhai Hoshino who celebrated his contract extension with the goal. Hazwan Halim on a plate, Hoshino into the back of the net. 2-1 Balestier Khalsa after 36 minutes. Unfortunately, the lead came and went courtesy of this fluke of a goal from Nishikawa. The Balestier Khalsa defense in 6s and 7s to say the least. Here we go, that ball causing all sorts of trouble. Nishikawa on hand to loop it over Zaiful Nizam. Both teams did try to take the lead in the second half. This was Luis Junior who drew a sharp save from Zaiful Nizam before Takahiro Tanaka took a speculative effort that went wide. Have another look here. Luis Junior drawing a sharp save from Nizam before Guy Samir's clearance was picked up by Tanaka, and he had only one thing in his mind. Unfortunately, just over the bar. Chances were fine few in the second half. This was one of them. It was Hoshino who looked to add to his earlier goal with this left-legged effort after being set up by Zulfahmi Suzliman. Turn, shot wide. And then Christian Krajcek's corner did draw a header from Jordan Imawiwe. Unfortunately, just wide. Yet another set piece provided an opportunity. This one, though, was adjudged to have been offside. Hoshino just as well, considering he got his header off target. And then it was Christian Krajcek who always makes things happen. Unfortunately, this time, straight into the grateful arms of Kenji. He had Sime Zuzul for company. I must say, Sime Zuzul did not have the desired impact off the bench. Christian Krajcek again leading. Sime Zuzul set him up. Krajcek leaving two for dead before he waltzed into the box. Unfortunately, only got a corner for his troubles. Have another look at the close control of Krajcek. Look at this. Beating two and drawing a save. Tanjong Pagar United holding on for the point against Balestier Khalsa. Full-time stats here. Tanjong Pagar with 11 shots compared to Balestier Khalsa's 22. 4 on target for both teams. Unsurprisingly, the corner count heavily in favor of Balestier Khalsa. 8 corners to 3. And Arish Kumar with the only yellow card of the game. At half-time, it's Albirex Niigata who lead at the Jurong Stadium. That game, of course, kicked off later due to lightning warning. And it's league leaders Albirex who have the lead. Tampines Rovers, though, at full-time have picked up an important 2-0 win. It is Boris Kapitovic, their talisman, with the goals. And the Lion City Sailors with a comfortable 3-0 win over Geylang International. Song Yong, Gabriel Kwak, and Kaishu Yamazaki helping the Sailors bounce back from heartbreak at the weekend when they lost to Albirex. And that is how things stand after match day 11. Albirex Niigata, of course, still in play. As it stands, they lead the table 2 points ahead of Tampines Rovers. Both teams who just played out at Bishan Stadium. Balestier Khalsa sit in 5th, 13 points. As for Tanjong Pagar, they remain last in the table, still looking for that first win. And over the weekend, the Singapore Premier League football continues. Balestier Khalsa take on Geylang International. That's at 5:30 p.m. Hougang United take on Tanjong Pagar United. That's also at 5:30 p.m. And those games will be live all across StarHub Singtel the AIA Singapore Premier League game, as well as the One Play Sports Network. I do thank you for your company here at the Bishan Stadium. It has finished 2-2 between Balestier Khalsa and Tanjong Pagar.
Winless in 5 games, what do you think you need to change?